Hi there, my name is Gerrid Smith, and I am a local SEO expert here in Sarasota. I've been in the SEO industry since 2005, and I wanted to create this video for you to highlight some of the opportunities that you guys have to improve your rankings in Google, both in the maps and the organic section. I noticed you guys are doing a phenomenal job generating reviews, so you're obviously doing a great job for your clients, but you're just not ranking nearly as well as you could. And so I wanted to give you guys some feedback on what you can do to improve. So first and foremost, from an SEO standpoint, I noticed that you guys have your business name obviously up in the logo where it should be, but you have it repeated here. And this right here, this section is one of the most important places on the page to include your keyword from Google's perspective. The top two places actually that are most important from an on-page standpoint from Google's perspective is this main headline right here, and then up here you have Hillview Family Dental is your dental care provider in Sarasota, Florida. So that's your title tag. This is your main headline. And so we want to make sure that Sarasota Dentist and variations of that keyword are included in those two areas, depending on which keywords have the highest search volume in your area. So as a starting point, you'd want to get rid of this. Just repeating your business name in here and make sure that Sarasota Dentist or Dentist in Sarasota is in here. Now, I want to point out that may feel a little bland, a little SEO'd. And so if you have USPs that are important, it's unique selling propositions, and you want to change that, you certainly can. It could say your Sarasota Dentist or Sarasota Dentist with 100 years combined experience, whatever it is that you want to do. But just make sure that your main keyword is included in here. Now, Sarasota Dentist is actually not included on any in any part of this page, which is a big deal. But what you have going for you that I really, really like is you have a lot of content here. We see a lot of local businesses that don't have a lot of content. And so whoever helped you put this website together did a nice job in making sure you've got content. So you actually have some really nice, kind of bare bones for a company like ours to work with. And, another little section here you could adjust is instead of saying about us, it could be about your Sarasota Dentist or, Sarasota Dentist hyphen, your Hillview Family Dental Team or, something to that effect. We could work with your team on that. But ultimately, you've got to get a couple keywords in here if you want to improve your rankings. And when I checked this morning, you guys were ranking like on the third page of Google. Could have been the second page for Sarasota Dentist, but you definitely were not on the first page, and it's because of issues just like this. Now, let me show you a couple other things that we look at as we audit websites. The first is we've got a site speed report, and there's two different tools I like to highlight for site speed. One is GTmetrix, the other is Google's tool. So overall, you guys are doing pretty good here. The page starts to load pretty quickly within about 1.5 seconds. I like to have the fully loaded time under 3 seconds, but 5.8 is not the end of the world. If we flip over here to Google's tool, we can definitely see there's a couple issues that definitely should be worked out. Again, these are generally pretty minor things. Somebody from my team on the technical side could probably take care of these items in about 30 to 60 minutes. So these aren't super big deal, but it is part of the user experience, and it is part of what Google looks at when they rank a website. So I want to make sure we highlight that to you. The next thing I want to highlight are the number of links, the number of websites that link over to you. And so I'm going to show you your site, and I'm going to show you two of your competitors, and you're going to see why you don't have the level of authority that Google's really looking for to rank you higher on the page for Sarasota Dentist. So referring domains is the main thing I'm going to look at right here. So you can see there's 27 other websites that link to you. The other number I want to point out is DR, or domain rating. You can see that's only a 1.9, and that's on a scale from 0 to 100. So it's really, really low. It kind of makes me feel like maybe nobody ever really, helped you guys with SEO. Now compare that to Sarasota Complete Dental, which had 32 referring domains, also a super low DR, but they did have a couple more referring domains. And then I also looked at Bayview Dental, which ranked really well. They have a higher domain rating they have 203 referring domains. And so it's important to note, like, it's not one or two things that Google's looking at. There's literally hundreds of different things that they're looking at. And so these are just pieces of the puzzle. But it would be really important for you guys to bump this up to an area. It's just not hard to get, 100 referring domains, especially in a local market where most of these domains or links are going to be local directories like Yelp and White Pages and Super Pages, sites like that. I mean, there's literally hundreds of them out there. So it's not hard to get 75 to 100 to boost that domain rating up in the 10 to 15 range. Lastly, I want to kind of just highlight a couple on-page opportunities outside of the ones that I've already highlighted. My favorite tool for this is called Surfer. This is called a SERP analyzer. SERP stands for Search Engine Result Page. So they're just looking at all the kind of top 10 results. You can see for part of this report, they dug in deeper than the top 10, but for our purposes, we're just going to look at kind of the top 10. And you can see that the average body word count is 748. Your site was actually doing really good. It was at 1,200. And so one of the things we would want to do is we'd want to optimize your homepage with the existing content you have, adding a couple of those keywords like I had mentioned. But if that doesn't work, within about 30, 60 days, I'd want to pull back the content, because with Google's recent helpful content update, it's not necessarily all about who's creating, just the longest pages. It's about creating the best quality experience and best quality pages for, the prospects. So this is another really neat section that we like to look at. You can see their content score here, and then this is the strength of the domain. This is only on a scale from 1 to 10. This is their domain score. Kind of everybody tracks things a little bit differently, but I wanted to kind of point that out. So Sarasota Dentist, they've got an okay on-page score, and they have a better than average domain score, especially when you compare it to kind of the rest of the competitors on this page. Overall, not a super competitive industry. Wouldn't be hard for us to get you up into the top 5, top 3 in a very reasonable time. I think within 90 days should be more than sufficient to get you up there competing. Now, the benefit that these guys have compared to maybe some of your other competitors is they have that primary keyword Sarasota Dentist in their domain name, so they're considered highly relevant for that. But there's other things that we can do to kind of overcome that deficiency that you guys would have as you compete against them. So this is an actual audit of your page for the term Sarasota Dentist. Again, we mentioned you don't even have that keyword on your page, which is fine. But overall, content score of 67, which means you're talking about a lot of the right things that need to be discussed, but you're just missing just a couple minor things. And here they have some of those things highlighted that should be adjusted. This is just adding a couple keywords here and there in order to rank better. So again, a lot of interesting, good things are in place, just missing just a couple minor points. Last thing I want to talk about is the citations. And this is what's required, again, to build that backlink or domain rating, but also to improve your map ranking, your map listing ranking. And you can see here, there's just a couple, and again, I'm sure you guys have a Facebook page, but the address just isn't synced up properly. And I noticed that there's a number of other local directory listings that are kind of in that same boat where they're just completely missing, or maybe they're not set up properly, but we could certainly go in and help you guys with that as well. So if you have any questions, I would love to have the opportunity to chat with you, kind of explain what we can do. We offer both monthly packages and one-time packages. And honestly, based on the low level of competition you have and the high level of opportunities that we found on your website, I think a one-time package would probably be more than sufficient to get the ball rolling. So if that's of interest, please reach out and let me know. Thanks again.